This is a Flextail pump, and a lot of backpackers swear by it for inflating their pads. Others wonder, does it really work? So I'm going to share with you my own experience with this pump, along with a couple of other gear changes and mods I made this summer in 2025. So I got to say, I was really excited about this Flextail pump. The idea of being hunched over in my tent with my pump sack, inflating my pad every night after a long day on the trail, just wasn't that appealing to me. And the idea that I could use this pump to inflate my pad at night while I was off doing other chores in camp was honestly really compelling. And the idea that it had zero weight impact was even more compelling. Sadly for me, I gotta say, this pump for me was a failure. I tried it a couple of times. It was unable to inflate my pad all the way, and eventually I ended up going back to my pump sack.
Oh God, seriously?
And after going back and forth with Flextail throughout the summer, eventually they did acknowledge that I had a bad pump, I guess, and they replaced the unit. And I tested it, and as you can see here, the pump works great. But here's the deal. Do I trust it now? After the first failure, could I feel comfortable going out on the trail with just the pump and not bringing my pump sack? It may be so for like an overnighter, but if I'm going on a long trip, I just got to be honest with you. I would probably be a little bit concerned about just taking my pump. And if I'm bringing the pump sack, why should I bother bringing the Flextail with me? So I guess the message overall for me is, technology is great, but sometimes simplicity is even better. Now, speaking of technology, let me take another moment to talk about another piece of technology that I've used in the past that I don't use any longer. And that is a stove with a piezo lighter. Now, these things are super convenient, I have to admit. But the truth is, we're all carrying lighters. And if you have a stove with a piezo igniter, you can't tell me that you also don't bring a lighter with you. And if we've got a lighter, why do we need a stove that's got a piezo lighter outside of obviously the convenience? Now, I put my lighter in with my cook kit, so it's right there, it's available, and I don't have any issues whatsoever. And like I said, you have a lighter with you, whether it's for lighting your stove, lighting a fire, melting the end of a paracord. All of us bring a lighter with us when we go in the backcountry. So I don't take the chance of that point of failure. And I know it's not a lot of extra weight to have a piezo lighter on your stove, but for me, I stick with my old tried and true pocket rocket that I light with my lighter. So the final piece of gear I want to talk about is my Zenbivy sleep system. I absolutely love my Zenbivy. I've been hiking, backpacking for decades, and I got to tell you, the Zenbivy sleep system absolutely is a big innovation. This is my Zenbivy pillow. Look at the loft on that thing. It's just amazing. I love it. Anyway, I love my Zenbivy system so much that one of the modifications I tried before this summer was to adapt my Enlighten equipment quilt and my UGQ quilt to be able to use the Zenbivy sheet along with them. And so all you need is a little bit of 2mm paracord, some tenacious tape, and you should be good to go. The idea being you want to make some small loops and you can either tape them into or sew them into your Enlighten equipment, UGQ, or whatever quilt you have. This is actually a Zenbivy quilt. Well, I tried that. And when I used the tenacious tape, the paracord just pulled out from the tape. So that was a complete failure. So I tried sewing it. Now, I will admit, I don't know how to sew. But I tried to sew the paracord into the Enlighten equipment quilt, and that also failed. In fact, I left a small hole in my Enlighten equipment quilt, which is now patched with tenacious tape. Long story short, those modifications didn't work, so the only quilt that I can use in my Zenbivy sleep system is my Zenbivy quilt. Fortunately, as I understand it, the rumor mill being what it is, that Zenbivy is planning on releasing a converter kit or quilt or whatever. Hang on. So rather than just leave us all hanging, what I did was I contacted Zenbivy to find out if in fact they were planning on releasing an adapter kit. And sure enough, they do, and they will. They plan on announcing one, and they were kind enough to send me an early release. So let's open this together and see what the quilt adapter kit looks like from Zenbivy. Looks like I got some stickers, which is always nice. And here is what the adapter kit looks like. We're all getting a look at it for the first time here. And effectively, what this looks like is a much better version of what I tried with the stickers. So it's got a sticky back to it. Can you see that okay? Let me try to get out of the way here. It's got a sticky back to it. And I imagine you just stick these onto your quilt. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this with my UGQ quilt. We're going to do that this winter here very shortly, and I'll do another video showing how these adapters work on your quilt. So I'm pretty excited about that. I want to thank Zenbivy and Dom at Zenbivy for sending me an early release of these adapters. I'm really looking forward to giving them a try this winter. And if all works out, I'll be ordering more for my other quilts going forward. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to being able to use all of my quilts with the Zenbivy sleep system that I love so much. So with that said, hopefully this video was useful to you. And until next time, take care.